This is Business Anonymous. I started doing business since I was 18, full-time at least, but I've started doing business selling trading cards even when I was in school since I was 10 years old. I'm doing this solo podcast anonymously so that no one that I work with see this and that there's no conflict of interest. This is for business people and I'll share my philosophies, frameworks, thought processes, everything. I've got to start taking sales meetings. In January, I had a medical thing, and between planning, prepping, recovery, I didn't really take any sales meetings. I think I took maybe fewer than probably 10 or 15 sales meetings in the entire month of January. And I think that things didn't go well. Actually, I was kind of hoping that even with me being absent, that the team and the company could still continue generating new sales by itself, but that hasn't really been the case. It's a little bit disappointing because for me, I've trained up one of them for the last year and a half and the other for the last 5 months or so. So I was really hoping for a better outcome. But I think that this is just kind of like a reminder for myself in terms of expectations, like the amount of work or the large amount of work that is required to get even some level of success.
Right.
So for this part of it, in January, we did obviously generate revenue for the company, but those were coming in from minor sales, which is what I would call web hosting, GPS, any sort of renewals. Those are minor sales. And then when I say major sales, I just mean usually anything 5,000, 11,000 and up. So in January, we got 0 new major sales, and this was quite disappointing. So today I basically wrote a PS email. A PS email is something that I call in the company problem solution email. So basically in the subject you can write PS : the problem, arrow sign, and then solution. So today I just sent out a PS email. No major sales in January 2026. Arrow sign, I will join all sales meetings once I recover. And for this aspect of it, the plan is that going into around mid of February, which I think is when I'll be good to go, I will start shadowing both of their sales meetings. Whether it's the first or second meeting, regardless, I've asked them to add me to all of the Zooms, to CC me in all of them, and I'll join the meeting and they will lead it and act as if I'm not there. If during the sales meeting I see that they missed out a pain point or they're not doing as well, then I will jump in. And my job here is going to be increasing the sales conversions in this aspect, right? So everything else is still the same. They will still be kind of sending the thank you email, writing notes in Notion, sending a meeting notes afterwards, doing all of the follow-ups, preparing all of the quotations that we need. So the two of them will still continue doing this. The only difference is that I'm going to be there just for the speaking verbal aspect if I see that they're missing something that can really help to increase the chances that they close better on qualified leads. So that's going to be my main focus. The secondary focus that I'm going to have is in terms of lead quality, which I think I've talked about before. So I'm not really going to go in that. But basically, I've already made a commitment for this year that I'm going to go full in on branding and content. So I think that even if by the end of this year I don't see any results inbound leads from doing kind of content, the commitment that I will make to myself is that I will do as much work as I can, and I will not let the lack of hard work be the reason why I don't see any results at the end of the year. If, for example, that by the end of this year we get 0 inbound leads from all of the work that I might do, that will still be with me doing a huge amount of work on content and doing my best effort. So regardless of whether I get the result or not, I'm still going to do everything I possibly can. And by the end of this year, if I don't get any sort of results, then that would just be me not having results, despite putting in as best of an effort as I can while balancing everything else.